What's going on, folks? Ted from Nerd Immersion here, and while I'm not saying Spelljammer confirmed, I'm pretty much saying it's Spelljammer confirmed. All signs point to yes, and we actually got some news in the form of a tweeted image of a gift package that's being sent apparently to certain people. I have not received one. Doesn't mean I won't, but I'm assuming that I won't, just based on my history here. But let's go ahead and take a look. So the tweet said... you can clearly see it says D&D Direct on it right there, and there's something right there, looks like maybe that might just be Dungeons and Dragons upside down, but it said that Wizards of the Coast is sending out these influencer boxes for D&D Direct in advance of them. Well, let's take a look at what we can analyze from this image itself. One, it is the D&D Direct box. This is kind of similar in design to the big box that I got over Christmas, which was the one that came with this, D&D kind of Snuggie thing, as well as like hot cocoa and other stuff. We can see it very clearly has some sort of dragon-based scroll, which I assume is sort of the text letter piece that you get inside it. But there's something over here we can't really make out, but we can very clearly see two things that I think tell us all we need to know. It is a purple shirt with a pocket on, image on it, and it's coming out of it is obviously Boo, the miniature giant space hamster of Baldur's Gate and Mink's fellow companion fame. It says, "Go for the eyes, Boo," a standard line from the Baldur's Gate games. And then we can also see a GIF figurine of Adorable Power. If you're unfamiliar with the figurines of Adorable Power, these come from Ultra Pro, and they are essentially a knockoff pop vinyl figure, but they're from Ultra Pro, and they have the D&D license. You probably have seen the Red Dragon. I did a review of one back at D&D Live. I got one in advance, so I did that. They have like a bullet and a gelatinous cube and a spectator and a variety of other ones. But you can't tell me that the GIF figurine and the purple Boo t-shirt is not... we're past coincidence at this point, right? First, we had a purple background Spelljammer confirmed prank from Wizards of the Coast with Boo, the figure we see there, floating across them for the April Fool's joke. Same purple background. Obviously, I feel like, well, I thought that was a nail in the coffin, that it was like going to be, the joke was that it wasn't confirmed. You know what I'm trying to say. It was happening. They were telling a fake joke, telling us that it was, it wasn't confirmed. Then we saw the trailer for D&D Direct had also a Mind Flayer, a Beholder, and Boo yet again. By the way, I haven't gone back and looked, but several people sent me messages and tweeted at me and things and told me that the dice dropping in that video also had like similar numbers popping up on the dice, as though that might lead to something, which is possible. I just don't know what. But then you show me this, that certain D&D influencers are receiving boxes for in advance of the Direct. Again, it's a Saturday here for me. I mean, I don't know where the folks who are getting these are from, but I know obviously if you live like in Seattle in the Northeast, where people live close to the Wizards of the Coast office, they usually receive these packages early. I'll do a quick check on my phone real quick while I've got you guys here, and I'll see. I realize this is kind of unorthodox, but sometimes when I get packages sent to me from Wizards of the Coast, they always arrive via FedEx. And if I look them up, sometimes I'll see something in like the FedEx app that tells me something is coming to me. I do not have anything listed coming to me from Wizards of the Coast. You'll see, again, when I look at it, it'll tell me it says Wizards of the Coast and gives me the tracking number. So I don't have anything like that. So I assume that I'm not going to be receiving this box, but people are. And this is, again, in advance of it. And I feel like this, once again, confirms that, haha, the joke is going to be that Spelljammer was confirmed all along. Now, another thing we talked about, I didn't talk about in the last video, was that it was going to be video games. And another thing that people brought up, and I realized after the fact, is perhaps that Xbox controller that we saw in the D&D Direct trailer might be confirmation that Baldur's Gate 3, the long-awaited, very epic and fun game that does exist, it's been in early access for like the past 2 years. They still haven't even rolled out all of the classes. Perhaps we'll get a release date for Baldur's Gate 3, and perhaps we'll also get the announcement that it'll be coming to consoles, and that might be the significance of the Xbox controller. That seems relatively, like, if it's on a PC, getting it on Xbox seems relatively easy, but a console release would make a lot of sense to me. And that also may tie into Boo, but I do feel like, once again, this is confirmation that indeed Spelljammer is coming, and we are going to get the announcement on Thursday, the 21st, where, again, it's only going to be a half an hour live stream, by the way, so that's something else to consider. Half an hour live stream is the total length of it, so they're going to probably jam-pack this half an hour with a ton of information, because as it stands right now, we don't have any concepts of what kind of future information we're going to be receiving. Does this replace D&D Live this year? Will we still be getting D&D Celebration in the fall? I don't know, but this is going to be, I assume, the thing that's going to keep us going for the next months to year. So they're going to probably jam-pack this with a lot of stuff to get us all excited for the end of the year, which, again, I am considering. We see a lot of dragons. It's D&D, so you can't really read into that too much, but I'm going to assume Dragonlance, Spelljammer, possibly an allusion to the other campaign, some form of a video game or a release date of Baldur's Gate 3, the official synopsis for the D&D movie, which there has been quite a bit, and I've covered a bunch of it in the past. It's supposed to come out, I think, in March of next year. Perhaps an adventure tie-in to the D&D movie. That could be interesting. Looks like we might have some tie-ins with the cartoon. I think I also heard that there was going to be a TV series or an animated series. I thought I remember hearing rumbles of that for D&D. So I assume we're just going to get jam-packed with stuff. And I hope that these D&D Directs are not a once-a-year thing, similar to how Nintendo handles their Nintendo Directs, where we get them not necessarily once a month, but every so often, maybe once a quarter. Getting this on the docket would be huge because it's going to generate hype. It's going to force me to talk about it and generate hype about it. I'll do live reaction, live streams about it, generating more hype, and it will build hype for the brand. It's a smart move. So anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Am I crazy thinking about this tweet the way I am, or do you think there is indeed some credence to this? Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.